All right, we're going. Welcome, Jackie Moon.
Thanks for having me. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Just chilling. I am happy to be back.
Hell yeah, finally getting in here.
Yeah,
Couple delays.
yeah, a little bit, but life happens. Stuff gets in
Life.
the way. But yeah, yeah, you've made some pretty sick Supercross tracks in the
Appreciate
past.
that.
So is Supercross pretty much like your go-to? Like, do you enjoy making Supercross tracks, or
Oh
is
yeah,
it? Is there anything
pretty much
keeping you
like
from making?
Supercross only. I mean, I have a couple moto tracks in the works, but um, I need to learn Leveler a little better to actually
Right.
be able to do what I want to do. Kind of limited right now, but
Yeah, which you
I don't
did
know. I
make
just like
the.
Supercross.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and your Supercross tracks flow really well.
Thank you.
Yeah, the one I played probably most is the Denver
Denver.
track.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That was like the first track with my like new template, and I've kind of just stuck with that since.
Oh yeah, you do Photoshop, don't you?
Uh huh.
That's sweet.
I made one moto track in Photoshop, and didn't turn out too bad.
Is
But
that
it's just
the
messing with elevation.
the one you made for that challenge?
Yeah, the Reproduct Week Challenge. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
I did.
track's fun.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I love it. And you know what's funny is I didn't even hear about that challenge until after it was over.
Really?
Yeah, no one ever told me.
He wants to get another one going eventually.
Oh, dude, I'm down for
Oh
if he
yeah,
wants to do that again.
absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wonder if he got inspiration from that 4 hour track build that we did with Lens.
I remember seeing that back in the day, and that was like way before I built tracks. I was like, damn, I want to do that.
Dude, it was
So
fun.
yeah,
It was like me, Endo, Jesse, Cody, a couple other guys made tracks as well. I remember Big Mike made one. Dude, and it was fun because everyone did it pretty much in a matter of 2 days.
hmm
And
that's
pretty,
pretty crazy.
yeah, and pretty much all of us streamed it.
That's
Um,
cool.
so yeah, like Endo and someone else. Endo and someone were doing theirs at the same time, and they were both streaming and had each other's streams open. Dude, that was so much fun to watch because Endo, his pace is insane.
I know he uses like the sim editor a lot.
Yeah, yeah, that's how he makes his height maps, and then
Yeah, that's cool.
I forget how he does his texturing. I don't know if it's like a GIMP Photoshop type of thing or if it's something fancy like JV.
Yeah, I don't know like what else anyone uses like besides Photoshop and GIMP.
Well, I just
Maybe
heard
like Substance Painter. I don't know.
only today that JV uses some fancy thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what though.
It's I know the name will come to me at some point, and it's gonna bother me, but I slightly looked into it when it got sent over. I think it was in Earthworks general chat, but I looked into it and it's like a 3D editor. It's kind of like Blender.
That's sweet. Yeah.
So I
Imagine
would.
if Photoshop had a 3D feature. That'd be
Oh,
sick.
dude, that would be sick.
But that's
And
the cool thing, you know. Everyone always has their own style of track making.
yeah, yeah, that is
Like
really
you can
cool.
tell who's made what.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's so neat that every track is basically unique, or every track builder's tracks are unique to
hmm
them. And I've tried putting my little spin on a lot of my tracks lately. Like every track since KI track. Well, I mean that would make 3 tracks, but
How many
I
tracks do you have total?
released. I think. Let's see. It'd be Tampa, Sky's the Limit, Tomahawk, Venom X, 2022 Tampa, KI, Elevator. All right, so 7 releases, and I've got one that I'm submitting with the shop right now and getting
Is
feedback
that
on.
the one I helped test?
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
one that I haven't touched in about 2 months because I don't like it that much. It's basically at the same stage as the one
Yeah,
that I'm
really.
working on right now. It's just that it's not. I don't know how to explain it. So I think it's fun because I ride it the way that I intended on it being ridden. But one thing that I've learned, and I'm sure a lot of other track builders have learned, the way you intend people to ride it is not how people are going to ride it.
Exactly.
If you make a track that's meant to have super deep ruts and like it's meant to run on like 1.4, 1.6 deform,
Hmm.
from day one, all the servers that have the track up, it's going to be either 0 deform or like 0.2.
Yeah.
And it's not going to play at all
Because
the
it
way you
gets
intended.
to a certain point though, like the E-Road, like at the rate at which it goes up causes, sharp edges and shit. So I believe a lower E-Road's probably better for most tracks, at least racing wise.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. I think
Yeah, it
the
just depends too.
yeah, soil types.
Yeah,
If
soil types we've been limited.
yeah, and then if there's like massive jumps straight out of corners to where you got to hit the corner pretty clean to even get over, especially if it's not like a triple to where you could just do a double option. But if you have to make it over the jump straight out of a corner that's blown out or cross ruts all over the place, then it gets to be a little much. But I mean, for the
Yeah.
most part, most tracks you could run a pretty good deform on, at least to the point to where you can get ruts formed.
Yeah, that's true. When we were testing your track, I got some sick ass ruts.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the way I intended the
Did
track
you?
being played.
Yeah. Did you keep that same layer setup?
Yep, yep, just the
Nice.
one layer of soft soil,
Damn. Yeah,
which
that's cool.
which it still
It's
blows
different.
my mind. Yeah, that's the first time I ever tried that. I think since my very first release, but I think that was just soil.
Yeah.
And I don't think that had any deform. Mostly because I didn't understand that you had to have a low point for there to even be deform. At least in the flats.
To be honest, I've used a low and high point like once on my tracks. Because
Oh,
like
really?
in Photoshop, I can set so black is as low as it can go, and
Uh-huh.
white being the highest jump can be. I have mine at like a dark gray, so that right there sets the scale or whatever.
Oh, so you don't have any flat black. You just, like, the bottom
Nope.
of your map is just gray.
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
So if I want to add some ruts and stuff, I can just draw it right over the height map, and it can go down.
Oh, that's nifty.
Instead of if I dug in with on a flat black height map, that's where you would get spikes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's sick.
But I know a lot of people still always set their scale too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it especially helps with outdoor tracks, because, say for a supercross track, if you... I mean, you're going to start on a flat plane, so unless you go down, which if it's fully black, you can't, obviously.
Hmm.
But,
Like some of those programs, you have to like generally set your scale,
yeah.
right? What do you use?
I'm ashamed. I still use L3.
L3. Hey, it's free.
Yeah, I've had Leveler for I think a year and a half now, and I've tried learning it, but I can't crack it. And
Yeah, I can get it a little bit, but
I've
I just
tried
haven't put in
watching.
the time.
Yeah, I've tried watching Red's videos on it, and I don't know why I can't follow what he's doing. I know he's making some new tutorials on it, specifically for MX bikes, so I'm looking forward to those coming out. Hopefully it'll be like a shorter form series.
Hmm. You still use the other ones for reference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm just ready to get out of L3DT. I hate it so much.
I'd like to Learn how to do it in Blender.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I feel like
dope.
that'd be pretty efficient.
Yeah, yeah, I would imagine so. Everyone that uses Blender swears by it.
Pretty sure that's what JB uses.
I think he uses
JB,
a
I think Logan
combination
uses
of
it a
things.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's pretty sweet.
I thought Logan used Leveler, but I could be wrong.
Logan uses Leveler, Blender, Photoshop, everything.
That dude's a maniac at making tracks.
know.
But he doesn't release them.
I know. He's
Have-
just sitting on a bunch of gold.
How many have you played that he's made?
A couple. Not that many. I
I've-
played a couple blues tracks too.
I've played one Logan track, and I can't think of any of Blues tracks off the top of my head, but I'm sure I've played one. But yeah, the one Logan track that I've played, immaculate.
Yeah. I've seen him play a bunch too. Yeah, they're all fucking sweet.
Like the height map is on point. The texturing is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Which the one that I played, I don't understand how he made the texturing as good as he did. Like the masks are super crispy, but the map is massive.
Is it outdoor?
It is outdoor.
Might be the one him and Red are working on.
Yep, that would be the one.
Yeah. Don't know if we can say anything about that, but
Yeah, let's leave it at that. But yeah, so geez, I had a bunch of stuff planned. I'm going through your tracks right now. All right, so Motomar Training Facility, was that your first?
that was number one.
That was the first attempt you've ever made.
Yep.
That's insane.
Well, technically not like the attempt. I mean the lighter color track. So I made a track like probably like a month before that, and it ended up getting leaked onto mods.
Oh.
So I kind of chalked that up, used the track on, and ended up making the Motomart Training Facility.
Wait, which one got leaked on?
I refined
mods?
everything. The lighter color one, like the clay.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that one's my favorite one out of the two, though.
Yeah. Which what was that track called that got leaked? Because I'm trying to think of.
It wasn't even a track yet. Like I didn't even set a name for it yet.
Do you know what whoever?
But I sent it
leaked
to a teammate. Oh yeah. It had a yeah, it kind of snowballed. A bunch of drama.
Oh, I believe it.
It's
And I'm
kinda
guessing he
funny now
claimed
looking
it
back
as
on it.
his track.
No, he was just kind of trolling Motomart.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
That's
Moto
kinda-
Boys.
that's kind of awful.
You ever hear them?
No,
It's funny. Yeah, they did it to a bunch of people.
I would be livid.
Oh, dude, I was.
I believe it.
I mean, it got taken down really fast, but
Oh, did you hit up like Cody or Insane or something?
I didn't even have to. It was already deleted before. I did message Insane, but it was already down.
I think I
was,
remember seeing some stolen track on MXB mods at some point.
It's happened a bunch of times. Some dude
Yeah.
fucking uploaded the test track up to.
Oh
on
yeah, I remember
You
that.
see that? It was like a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Dude, oh my gosh, that was the best laugh I've had. In
I mean,
a while.
everyone who
everyone
has
who's
made a
ever
track
made a track.
knows what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and then me and Shady were talking about that.
I mean, hey, I never seen it in game. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's true. Which it's kind of a fun track.
just little arena cross.
Yeah. I've played with it a little bit too. I've taken the height map and I think it's a 5-meter scale.
Mm-hmm.
If you put it up to 10 meters, it barks.
Really?
Dude, it's so good. You take like a
That's
factory
insane.
450 on it or a
Oh,
CR 500. Oh man. You could throw some mean oppos.
Yeah, dude, these new factory bikes, you can oppo like crazy.
Oh yeah, it feels like beta 16 OEMs.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Which I guess a couple of the guys in the factory team used to be part of the OEM team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which ones exactly because the only OEM team I know is the current one.
Right.
Like, I don't know who worked on OEM 14, you know.
Right. I mean, I know, but I don't know if I should say it on here or not. I don't know.
I'm better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
But either way, I love what they're doing. I love what
Yeah,
the
it's
OEM
just
team's
different.
doing.
I mean, they can both coexist.
Yeah, and I've talked to both people from OEM and factory about this exact topic, to where it's like, I love factory bikes and I love OEM bikes, and I feel like I should be able to say that I love
Absolutely.
both. Like
I
a
mean, they
lot of
both have different characteristics.
oh yeah,
Just preference, you know. You're
yep.
you're always gonna have someone that leans another way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think there's a time and place for both bikes too. Like if you want
Mm-hmm.
like a simulator, like realism, like you want to feel what that bike in real life would do, yeah, you would pick the OEM. But if you want to, like if you've had a long day at work and you want to turn your brain off and throw some mad whipper tails, or hit a massive gap that you've been trying to hit, yeah, factory bike all the way.
Have you ridden the new previews?
Not yet.
No.
I really don't get around to really trying anything, even tracks lately. Like I don't think I've downloaded a single mod other than Red's track.
Yeah, track's fun.
Oh, I love it.
We actually just did some recording right before this.
Yeah, I saw that you guys were doing that. That's gonna turn out so sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
I think I'm gonna have to record a little bit myself and send it over to him.
Yeah.
I'm sad I couldn't be
sick.
part of it. But employers love employing.
I understand.
Gotta love staying late at work.
But yeah, I actually just downloaded JV's Goat Farm today.
Yeah, that is on.
That is pretty sweet.
That is one of my plans. Yeah, right before we got on here, I went on the shop and looked at it. It looks so good, dude.
It's good. The moto cross track's really fun. Supercross too. I didn't spend too much time on it though.
Yeah. Dude, JV does not miss.
He doesn't.
It blows my mind though.
All of his tracks.
Yeah. The pace that he releases these, it doesn't make sense to me.
It's so efficient. Well, he's been doing it a long time too.
Well, sure, but I mean, so have a lot of other people, but then most people that have been building as long as he has, by the time JV releases, say, 10 tracks, someone else has released one, and it's a quarter of the quality.
I know.
For someone that's been building as long as he has.
Yeah, the quality's insane. Just the realism.
Which,
grass textures, all that shit.
I mean, a lot of it does have to do with the fact that he does, he partially does that for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of
100%.
bikes. But I mean, that's been said so many times. I mean, like, yes, it's true, and it definitely does help his track building, but there's a point to where
it's cool to have someone in the community though that'll set that standard.
Oh, absolutely.
It just makes everyone else's work that much better.
Yeah, and just having, like, I'd say AAA quality maps to play on.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to race his MXGP series. I think like one round, but
yeah, I've been out of the racing series for a few years now.
To be honest, that's like the only thing I even do besides track making in this game.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I race all the aerial shit usually.
Yeah. The only racing series I was ever like in was, I don't know if you remember it. It was the Backyard series.
Oh, I didn't actually race that. I was playing the game, but I didn't race that back then.
It was like the factory goons.
Yep, they had like A, B, and C class and whatnot. Yeah, I wish I would have. And then LR had a series before that, I think.
Yeah.
Around the same time.
God, that was so much fun.
That was like the prime of MX bikes, I believe.
I agree.
There until like when PDMX started.
Yeah. Yeah, now that was when the alpha bikes were coming out.
Yep. Oh man.
All that drama started.
Yep.
Dude, I love keeping up with the drama of MX bikes. Like, I don't like when there's issues.
You just look in a different fucking channel every day, and there's something.
Yeah. Like, I wish everyone could be friends, but if everyone's not gonna be friends, I want to watch.
Yeah, look and you'll find anywhere on Discord.
Yeah, I do not tread those waters in the MX bikes community Discord.
I try not to.
That's just a cesspool of nonsense and enforced fast laps.
I just try to put out some cool shit for people.
Yeah, that's all you can do sometimes.
Hmm.
You just put out good tracks, put out some good content. If you're a video game, put out some clean edits and call it a day.
See, I'd like to make an edit, but I just never really took the time to.
Yeah, I
Which I made one little one, but that's about it.
I just don't know enough about video making.
Yeah. I mean, I have Premiere, but I've never really used it.
Yeah, that's what I've got to do the podcast.
There's a couple free ones too, like DaVinci.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried that one before?
I've not, but I've heard of it.
Super similar. It's like the GIMP to Photoshop comparison, kind of.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, and the one that I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago when I was releasing Shady's episode, and it was like technical difficulties for like 2 days. So
I don't remember that.
oh, it was a nightmare, dude. So what I do is I try to record these a few days in advance, and then I get all my gameplay, and then I throw it all in Premiere Pro, export it, and I export it straight to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that, and I leave YouTube open for, a few hours or however long it takes to process all the way up to HD. And then I'm like, okay, I'll close it. And I did the exact same thing as I did with all the other episodes, the 4 that came before that. And so I set it as a premiere. I put it in every Discord, the Facebook group, everywhere. Like, I was like, hey, Shady's episode is on this Saturday at, I think, 8 o'clock it was. And, like, people were getting hyped up for it. And then I think there were, like, 7 or 8 people in the live, like, waiting room when it was about to drop. And YouTube did its, like, whole countdown, like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, premiering now. And it was just buffering.
Nothing there.
Yeah, it was just buffering.
Man.
So I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what is going on right now? So I go to the content dashboard, and it says processing up to SD. I'm like, what do you mean? I uploaded this 3 days ago.
Damn.
And so I'm like, hold on, guys, give me a second. So then I go back to Premiere Pro, and I'm like, I gotta whip something up quick. And so I've still got all my recorded gameplay. I've still got the recorded episode. And so I whip it all up together, and I save it to my computer. And then it saves as a 45-minute episode instead of, I think with Shady, when we went for like 2.5 hours.
Oh, man.
So it saved 45 minutes of that. And I didn't know that until I uploaded it.
Have you ever thought about doing like live shows?
I've thought about it, but I don't know. I feel like it would be boring as far as gameplay goes because I obviously don't do the gameplay while I'm recording, or else I won't be able to focus on what we're talking about.
Yep.
But I mean, unless it was like a lobby thing.
Yeah, like a couple guys in here.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. Open up a whole different discussion.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't be like a one-on-one, like someone has to keep the conversation going.
Right.
Like if
I don't
two
know. It's
people
not
are
too
kind of like out of it for a second, like one guy's got something to say, boom, easy.
bad. Uh-huh.
That's probably the hardest thing about podcasting is like you feel like you've always got to be like like you got to have a list of
Focus.
things
You
to
got,
say
yeah. Yep.
because everyone's attention span is so low. So if you don't say anything for like 3 or 4 seconds, like people are clicking off the video. It's over.
Right. See, I try not to like talk while anyone's talking either, though.
Yeah,
So
not
there
the
might be a
same
little
way.
pause for a second.
Oh, dude, it gets awful with Discord.
Yeah. I know we were in that chat a little bit ago, and there's like a 10-second pause where no one said anything. And you kind of feel obligated to get it going.
Yep. Yeah, and I think with Doc's episode, there was a short period of time, probably like 30 or 40 seconds, to where Discord had like a 2 or 3 second delay. So it'd be like 3 seconds of silence, and then one of us would say something the second the other person started saying something.
Yeah,
And it's
Discord's been being kind of weird lately.
Yeah.
Mine will kind of crash randomly.
Yeah, I've had some issues with it as well, but I mean, I'm sure it'll get worked out. They're a big company.
It's better than any other, voice chat.
Are there other options?
I mean, I think you can do it on like Steam and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've
like
tried
compared
that
to
once.
like PS4 back in the day, Xbox,
Yeah.
it's just way better.
Dude, do you remember those Xbox mics, the $15?
Oh my god, just a little
The
phone
one
pad
ear.
on your ear. Yep.
Dude, I remember after a long night of gaming, I would like come out of the basement at like 4 in the morning, and my one ear would be killing me.
Yep, where the clip went.
Yep.
Yep. Oh man,
Those were the days, though. I would,
like Modern Warfare 2 days.
dude, I would trade my whole PC setup if I could go back to where the 360 was modern.
Oh dude, 360 was so good.
I would give up, everything from bikes, all of this. If I could just go back and be able to just turn my brain off, play Modern Warfare 2 for hours and
Get
hours
off
and
school.
hours. Yeah.
Talk to all your friends. Hey man, you getting on after school?
And did you ever, so were you Xbox or PlayStation?
So I was Xbox on 360, and I switched to PS4 after that.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
Did
I
you go
was,
to the one?
yeah, I went from PS2 to 360 to 1.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
then
I played the fuck out of the PS2, even the PS1.
yeah, before the PS2, I played my dad's Sega Genesis, and the only motorcycle game that he had, it was Road Rash. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Oh, dude, it's so much fun. So it's street bikes, and it's one of those well, it's not really two-dimensional technically, but there's no like looking left or right. It's just like the road comes from ahead.
So it's
That
like,
makes sense.
have you ever played Excite Bike?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but instead of going from left and right, you go from back to forward.
Oh, that's weird.
And you like change lanes, and then whenever you're side by side with someone, you have like nunchucks or a baseball bat, and you could hit the other guy off their bike.
That's
Dude,
gnarly.
it's sweet.
It's like dirt bikes meets Twisted Metal.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing with ATV Quad Power Fury. Did you ever play that one?
Yeah. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, it was like same thing, except instead of like nunchucks, you would kick off the other guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They just
Or was it
don't-
Off-Road Fury? Is that what you meant?
No, they had
Or is
both.
it
They had
different?
They had Off-Road Fury and Quad Power Fury. The Off-Road
Okay,
was
I never played the other one.
Yeah, the Off-Road
played
Fury
Off-Road
was
Fury.
like the MX versus ATV, but quad
Yep.
version. And then
I used to
Quad
play
Power
that back in the
Fury
day.
was like it was pretty much just chaos.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
It was massive booters all over the place. Like you would ride on rocks, and like metal bridges and stuff, and you'd kick people off their quads.
What was that on?
It was on PlayStation 2. I think they had it on
Oh,
PS1
okay.
as well. I could be wrong.
Did you ever play any of the championship motocross Ricky Carmichael games?
Ooh, I played one. It was the
Good one.
1999.
Yeah.
And my dad's friend's son had it on PlayStation 1, and since I had PlayStation 2 with backwards compatibility,
Oh,
I got to
yep.
borrow it.
He had the OG PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
The
that
big
thick
one.
boy.
Yeah. I still have one.
Are they worth anything?
Dude, I bought mine at like the buy sell trade place around me. It was, I don't know, like $50 or something like that.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's still that much.
Maybe I can't even remember how much I paid for it. But I'll throw some MX vs ATV. What is that? Unleashed. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that was like one of my favorite games of all time.
Dude, I swear I've got more hours in that game than I do bikes.
Right. That
Huh?
and Reflex.
Yep. How many hours do you have on bikes, by the way?
Bikes.
Just
Ooh,
curious.
I think like 2,600.
Ooh, I think you got me beat.
When did you get it?
I got it, oh geez, it would have been either June or July of 2020.
2020. That's about when I started like actually playing it. I bought it during like, I don't know, beta like 10 or 11,
Oh,
but I had
okay.
it on like a 2-in-1 laptop, and it just didn't run it that well, so I didn't really play. Same thing with Sim. I was able to run Sim a little better though.
Dude, I think we pretty much had the same come up. So
I know,
yeah,
right?
I've got 2,200 hours in bikes, so you do have me beat.
Mhm.
And yeah, I started on a Lenovo. It was like SwitchPad or something, or ThinkPad,
Okay.
or no, I don't know, whatever it was. The one that you could fold all the way over and do like the tablet mode.
Yep. That's what I had. But I think I had an Asus.
Oh
I
yeah,
still have it, but the screen's kind of fucked up.
yeah, yeah, and like I would go on Forest and run like 40 FPS. I'm like, this is
Yep.
sick.
On the old Proboso bike,
Oh yeah, dude. Dude, I probably put 50 hours
chest
into the
protector,
game.
neck guard.
Yeah. I did like 50 hours on the game until and I had just bought that laptop too, like maybe a month before. And once I actually got into bikes, I'm like, wow, this is something that's really fun and I actually want to get into and play all these cool tracks that I can't play cuz, I'm on a ThinkPad. I went out and bought a HP Omen 15 with
Is that a
the
gaming?
yeah, it was a laptop, which I had that all the way up until like 2 months ago.
What do you have now?
I've got a pre-built with a 4070.
Ooh, big dog.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a upgrade.
Yeah, what kind of processor?
It's HP or
HP?
sorry, Intel.
Intel. Nice. Like i9.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not a super smart computer guy. I just
Yeah,
know.
me neither. Really, I just kind of picked it up.
Yeah.
My brother actually built it for me.
So luckily, the pre-built that I got, it's not like an Alienware, some dumb thing like that, to where you buy it and that's how it is. It's one of the oh geez, what's that store? Micro Center pre-builts.
Micro Center, yeah.
So
So you can pretty much customize it, right?
yeah, they basically just take the parts off the shelves and build them, and then they have the computers they just built. They put those in a box and put it on a shelf.
Oh, okay.
And like the price really isn't bad either. I mean, like I said, 4070 i9. I think it's a i9 10th gen or 11th gen. I don't know. I'm not even gonna try. With 32 gigabytes of DDR4. So like it's pretty good. It's
Yeah, I just put 16 more gigs in mine.
ooh, nice.
I was struggling, dude. I was only running 16.
Dude, 32 is the move.
Dude, it's so much better.
Although once I start doing 8K masks, it's like, ooh, maybe I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
run
kind of got to
it.
be patient when doing that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, which
But like, you think about it, if you use one 8K mask rather than using, I don't know, two other masks that have more repetitions, it's way more optimized.
yeah.
I'll usually just do like one 8 or 4K mask, depending on the quality.
Dude, so I started a track build right before this one that I'm working on right now, the one that you
Hmm.
played. And my goal was to make a basically a like a small town where instead of just having fields, it's different dirt bike riding areas. So I was gonna have two national tracks, two supercross tracks, three arena cross tracks, free rides, freestyle, and a couple more like just free ride things.
Sounds like a
And
massive map.
oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
Like Endo's. Remember Endo's big compound he released?
Yeah, Diablo
What is
County.
that? Diablo, yeah.
I think it's right
Insane.
around the same size as Diablo.
Oh, you started on it?
Oh yeah, I actually got a decent way into it. Uh, I've got pretty much the height map where I want the base to be.
Hmm.
So I got it to where I was starting to build jumps a little bit for a couple of the tracks. I've got most of the track layouts drawn up. So like one mask for each track.
Hell yeah. If
Just
you ever need
to
an SX track, I can whip one up in like a couple hours.
dude, that's sick. Yeah, I might hit you up, but I don't. At this point, I don't know if I'm gonna go through with it because I had a lot of big ideas, and one of them was the fact that I was gonna make it 1,200 by 1,200 meters,
Ooh.
and the one that you've played is 800 by 800, and I've got one 8K normal mask, and it's not very crispy, not crispy
Yeah,
at all.
that's the tough thing. Like tractor marks and shit like that
Yeah,
won't show up too well.
it does not work whatsoever. And I mean, after 8K, the only place to go is 16K. And
Yeah, I wouldn't even try that.
yeah, yeah, there's no point. Even 8K, I feel like that's
Oh man.
overkill.
Uh huh.
But for that
The
size of a
quality
track,
difference between the 4 and 8K though is just so crisp.
oh yeah, dude, it
But
makes
if
me
you have like
want to.
tractor marks, 4K is kind of tough. It just kind of looks distorted.
I mean, it depends the size of the track though. Like if you've got a 300 by 300 or even smaller than that, I mean, you could even probably get away with 2048. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's like up to like 500 meters or something like that. Then you got to move to 4K or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think that's the track building.
True. Yeah, and I don't even think my computer can handle opening a 16K document.
Oh hell no, my Photoshop wouldn't explode.
I think I tried just to see if it would open a blank slate, and yeah, uh, my GIMP was not responding.
Now Blender is tough on the PC.
Oh, like it's just rough on your setup?
I don't know. Blender's just it takes a lot to run it. I feel like. I mean, I don't have like the greatest PC. It's kind of middle of the road.
Mm-hmm. What
Yeah,
GPU
Blender's
do you have?
Ryzen 5 3600 AMD.
I'll be honest, I know nothing about the AMD GPUs.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't know a
I've
whole
heard
lot
good
about
things
either.
about them.
I mean, it's good, but yeah, just make sure you don't subdivide your plane too many times.
Have you ever lost your progress on Blender?
Yeah. So the Motomart training facility
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about earlier, first track I ever made, I had probably 90% of the tough blocks already placed, trees, everything like that,
Uh-huh.
and somehow everything returned to the 3D cursor, and it was like super small. You couldn't even like see it. I have no idea how it happened, so I had to go back and redo everything.
I wonder if you had like everything selected and you pressed like S0.
Probably. I had no idea what I was doing back then.
Dude, honestly, same. Like if something like that happened to me, to where I accidentally scaled something down too far, like I might not have known Control Z or like
Yeah,
I wouldn't know how
it's
to
pretty
fix it.
cool. Control Z is universal, like everywhere.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I use it too much. Like, but if you do that in Leveler, your shit's gonna like freeze.
Oh really?
Can't do it too many times. Yeah, I think you gotta like clear your history of your moves and shit.
Oh, that's true.
That's kind of weird. Kind of throws me off.
Which reminds me, so in L3, it only saves a certain amount of your moves, and
Yeah, it's probably the same thing.
yeah, and I've had it to where like you could build either in wireframe or textured mode, and I usually use textured to like basically mark where a section begins and ends, so that I can build within where I have the mask set. And then I'll go back to wireframe, and you could actually see what's going on as far as the height map. Because if you use textured, you could be like, oh, everything's super smooth and it looks good, but then you go in wireframe and it's just flat planes everywhere. Yeah, dude, it looks like garbage.
Can you set like different different colored backgrounds to show like elevation and stuff too? So it's like your peaks will be white.
Oh no, I wish it would do that.
Or is it all one solid color?
It's all green. Although, not too long ago, I went back to refer to one of TFC's videos for something in his track building series, and I noticed that everything in L3 was gray for him. And I don't know how he did that. I
think he has like scripts.
Yeah, I would imagine. He's a smart dude. But yeah, I would love to have that, because the green's just bothers me. It's ugly. I mean, there's nothing really actually wrong with it. It just isn't pretty.
Logan showed me Earth Sculptor. Have you ever seen that?
I've never even heard of it.
It's actually pretty cool. Check it out.
Is that like a height?
I think in Earthworks Discord there's a link for it if you want to download it.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Logan about that. So it's
cool. It's really good for like manipulating your elevation. If you like, I don't know, bring it in from a LiDAR scan or something, you can smooth your track path pretty easy, and you can even so you can kind of use Photoshop to create a jump and then turn it into a brush in there, and it'll work.
Dude, the one thing that I wish I was able to do in L3, and if L3 was able to do this, I would never even like want to use anything else. Well, it's two things that I wish you were able to do. I wish you were able to grab a section and be able to raise or lower it. Like if you were able to use like a magic wand tool and like circle an area, and you're like, this is the part that I want to grab. And basically what I mean by that is if you could draw out a rut and then grab that rut and bring it up.
Well, that's kind of what you can do in Earth Sculptor.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Just grab and raise.
Yeah, that'd be so sick.
It's cool. Telling you, the Leveler is probably like the best way to sculpt the track, like aside from probably Blender and whatever else anyone uses.
And I've watched...
It's so clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched a couple people use Leveler, and I forgot who I was asking about it, but I was watching them stream Leveler, and I asked about that. I'm like, can you just like grab an area and like manipulate that? Like if you've got a corner to where you have ruts, but you want that corner to then be elevated, could you do that?
You can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they showed me, and dude, my mind was blown. I think that was the night that
I don't know how to do
Leveler.
it, but I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask Blue or Logan.
Yeah, I got a ditch L3.
Everyone uses it in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the switch so bad. And I've been telling myself to make the switch for so long too. Like for instance, KI Tracks was meant to be on Leveler, but that didn't happen. And then obviously everything after that was supposed
I mean, it's
to
all
be.
about what feels comfortable for you.
Yeah.
Pretty sure JV still uses. I mean, not JV, but TFC still uses L3.
Not only that, but he doesn't use the Rezo builder.
Oh yeah, he just
He still
pretty
does
much
the
hard
bat
codes
files and stuff.
That's another guy in our server does it too.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Baked?
Baked?
Baked Minotaur? I think he does it like that too.
I don't think it was him. It was oh jeez. Was
I
it?
cannot remember.
It wasn't Ryan Cardno, was it?
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, I just found out like a couple weeks ago too.
Or it might be King. One of those guys.
Yeah, someone does it, and whoever it is, they're psycho.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine.
I think Rube still does it as well.
But Rubes made his own track bundler.
What?
Yeah, go on the forum, and he has it on there. It's
No
called
way.
like Ruben's Track Bundler. It just merges some files and stuff. You still have to go in and do it manually for the most part, but creates like your map file and whatnot.
So you still got to use like notepads.
It's kind of like the
and
build
stuff.
project files.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
That
sure.
makes sense.
I could be wrong, but I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine doing it the slow way, or well, the OG way.
hmm
Everyone
Technology is good.
everyone who made tracks back then is a total G.
hmm When did you start getting into track making?
It would have been 2021. I released my first track, I think, in August of 2021.
hmm
Either August or September, somewhere
Honestly,
around
I think
there.
mine was around the same time.
And
Whenever Motomart facility was.
yeah, and the first attempt I made at track building was it was in 2020 in August. So I think like
Okay.
a year before I actually went through with it.
That is kind of funny that we have a similar timeline.
Yeah, for everything.
hmm
But yeah, I've told
Both on that 44 too.
dude, we've got a lot in common.
I know. That's funny.
But yeah, I went to I've told this story before, but yeah, I tried building Sunset Ridge, also known as Walnut.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was using the TFC method because Rezo didn't come out with the builder at that point yet. And I got like 2 full days in, and I was on one screen. I was also on deployment at the time too. So I was out in Japan in quarantine during COVID. So I'm like, well, what else do I have to do? Let me try building a track. And with one, I think it was a 15-inch screen, I had YouTube with his tutorials open. I had GIMP, L3, all the notepad files, File Explorer, Blend. No, I wouldn't have had Blender open, but yeah, I had all these different things open at once, not knowing what any of it meant. And I'm like trying to
Just
follow what
mind
he's
fucked.
doing to a T. And I'm like, dude, this is insane. And finally got to a point where I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, it definitely can get overwhelming, especially that way. I've never tried to do it like that, fortunately.
Dude, I'm sure even at this point, like after 7 releases and like 5 or 6 more tracks that haven't been released, I think if I went to try the TFC method, I would fail miserably. I don't think I could do it, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Because every single word has to be exact.
Yeah, if you miss
And
one
every line
digit, it's done.
Yep. You need to sort through all that shit. I can only imagine what those guys went through.
Dude, even troubleshooting, like having the Rezo builder, sometimes it's like, what did I
Oh,
do
yeah.
wrong? Like after a while,
There's
you
like
start getting
undocumented shit that happens, you know.
yeah, yeah, and after a while, like you start getting used to the stuff that like commonly goes wrong. Like one thing that always happens, well, it doesn't really happen all that often anymore, obviously, but uh, after I would make a height map, like I would start drawing my initial masks like in the beginning of the build off of the height
Hmm.
map, or vice versa, and so then at that point my masks are 2049 by 2049, and I would go
Oh
to put them in the
yeah,
builder, and obviously that doesn't work. And luckily, Rezo was nice enough to give us the warning messages like, "Hey, it's supposed to be uh, uh, multiple of two, you idiot."
yeah. For RGB textures, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
little
then
things like that.
yeah, yeah, and then sometimes though I would base the height map off the masks. Like I think I did that for Elevator SX. Is I based the height map off of the masks. So when I imported when I imported the height map and tried to build the track off of that, I don't think it tells you that it's got to be power of 2 plus or no, maybe it does. Either way, I had the height map as 2048 instead of 2049.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, it's just simple stuff like that to where with the builder,
make you lose your
like
mind over.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it'll tell you though, like,
Yeah,
hey, this is what you
for the
did
most part.
wrong. Go fix it. And you're like, okay, that works.
A
But
big thing I had an issue with was like you get into making your track and everything, and then you have to rename it.
oh, dude, I dealt with that
Uh,
with Tampa when I re-released it
uh-huh.
because I was
You
gonna
gotta
just
rename
take.
everything,
Yep, I was
and
gonna
then you gotta
take.
load it back up.
Dude, it's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna take all the original files from the OG Tampa, and I was really just gonna change a couple things, like a couple of the masks, do a little height map work, and then call it a day. But then I just dove, head first into it, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna build it from scratch. And when I tried using the old files and renaming them, it never worked out. Like,
You gotta do it in the game too, like where it copies to your mods folder.
yeah, yeah, I did that, but I mean, it's been released for like a year and a half now. I figured it
Yeah,
out.
that's dope.
I ended up just renaming everything. I think I deleted. I even deleted the original track file. Like I don't have anything from the original Tampa MX anymore.
Damn.
I don't even have the track downloaded.
Yeah, I just have a bunch of files everywhere. I gotta go through and organize it.
Yeah.
It gets kind of clustered, you know. You download a new texture, place it, and you gotta go find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually what I do is if I'm starting a new track build and I'm trying to find some textures to just throw on in the meantime, I'll just go into my previous track folder, into
Yeah.
the textures folder, and then just toss a couple of them on the track and call it a day. And then all my object textures I have in one folder, and
Do you ever use Materialize?
yes,
Do you?
yeah,
Yeah, that program's sick.
I really only use it for AO maps though.
Really?
I mean, I don't really know what else you could do with it.
I just use it for the edge map,
Uh,
and then that's like my base mask, and then I draw on top of it.
yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much the AO, right?
Uh,
Because
Probably.
I've heard some people call it base, some call it AO. It's really what makes the top of jumps brighter, right?
yeah, just yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
super convenient.
and some people's looks way better than others, and mine is always on the latter side of it.
You
Mine
can
never
do it
looks
in
good.
what's it called? Level or two. It actually turns out way better.
That's probably the trick because
Logan was showing me how to do it.
yeah, I could never make mine look good. So I'm gonna have to hit up Logan about that.
There's you have to do certain settings too in there. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but
Yeah.
You can get some good results.
Well, I mean, same thing with doing norms in Blender though.
Oh
That's
yeah, that's
that's
insane.
super annoying. But it's so
Yeah,
helpful
screw that.
though.
See, I usually just mess with the shape on my brush, and I can follow whatever path I want.
Although
It's
you
kind of finicky,
you
but
use Photoshop, right? Not GIMP.
yeah. Oh yeah, use GIMP.
Wait, you use GIMP?
Oh no, I use Photoshop. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. That's all me. Yeah, my bad if I'm like sounding tired, it's because I am.
No, you're good.
It's been the longest
Long
day.
fucking day for you.
Yup. Yeah.
Fortunately, I did not have to work today.
Dude, I'm so jealous. Yeah, my next day off during a work day, I'm gonna be taking my girlfriend to the dentist. And
Oh, that sounds like a blast.
well, she's getting some work done, and so I'm gonna be able to take the day off, and she's gonna come home, fall asleep, and I'm gonna get right back on track building.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
know, I've been
sweet.
kind of slacking, making shit.
I get,
I mean, I got a couple in the works, but
yeah, it comes in phases. Like sometimes I've got too many ideas to even focus on one thing at once, but then other times I'm like, I don't even want to work on what I have to work on.
I know. That's where I'm at right now.
And that's where I'm at right now too, which is not really good because I've got a good few things I have to do to this track before I release it, and I'm trying to
What else
have
you
a.
gotta do?
I've got to redo some of the norms. I've got to reshape some of the jumps, which I'm kind of sad about because all the jumps feel basically 100% realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are as gnarly in person as they are in game. 100%.
Yeah, I haven't tried it since that first version you sent me.
And I'm trying to think of how much. Oh wait, there is a pretty good amount of difference in the height map after you played it.
Yeah,
Because
like some ruts and shit.
yeah, that's the one thing that I was getting advice from you on is where to throw
Yeah.
ruts and where
No, we
to.
spun some laps that day too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which if you're down after we get done with this, we could spin some more laps if you want.
Yeah, I don't care. Depends what time it is.
Yeah,
Time we end. Are you on East Coast or
yeah,
where you at?
yeah. I'm in Florida.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Where are you at?
Ohio,
Oh yeah, the meme state.
meme state.
Dude,
Nothing
honestly,
here.
I know a lot of people from Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, a good amount of them ride as well. You wouldn't have. Yeah, it's not going to be worth it asking if you know someone.
I mean, you never know.
Do you know a dude named Sam Radnoff?
Nope.
He rides a Honda.
Do not.
He was one of my buddies that we deployed with.
Oh, so you're in the military?
I was.
Yeah. What branch?
Marine Corps.
Nice.
And it was funny. When I showed up to that unit, it was like him and two other guys that rode. And I showed up, and all I had at the time was a street bike because doing dirt bikes when you're in the military is a pain. Like
bet.
finding somewhere to put the bike, doing maintenance, like all of it is a
Storage
nightmare.
fucking facility.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you have someone that like has a house on base, like it's so hard to just keep the bike from getting stolen, really.
Yeah, I bet. That sucks.
But yeah, I showed up to the unit with just a street bike at the time, and like obviously I've been into dirt bikes since I was 4, so I'm like trying to like mingle with him, like, oh yeah, dirt bikes this, dirt bikes that, and the way he saw me was like, oh, what's this street bike guy doing talking about dirt bikes? Like this guy's a squid. And it wasn't until after we deployed and came back, the very day I got back from deployment. In fact, so we got dropped off on base after we got back from the airport. From the time I got off the bus to the time I was at the dealership buying a dirt bike was 4 hours.
Fuck yeah. What'd you get?
2021 YZ250F.
Nice. You have 450 now, right?
Yeah.
You ride that often?
I try to ride it every week. But I mean, life happens. Right now I've got a broken spoke that I've got to deal with. And I had to buy
That could be all bad.
I had to buy a 6-pack of spokes and nipples from W for $40
Damn.
for 6 spokes.
6 spokes. Goddamn.
And that was the smallest pack I could find. But dude, my problem is spending money. I love shopping. So when I saw I had a broken spoke, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get a set of W wheels. They're gonna be custom. I'm gonna have the Excel rims, the nice hubs. Until I saw the price tag.
Yeah, what are they? Like fucking $1,000?
1,400 bones.
1,400. Holy fuck.
Base.
That's insane.
If you get
stock color, everything.
Yeah, if you get fancy rib or fancy rim, fancy hubs, like fancy anything, dude, the smallest upcharge is $100.
Jesus.
And then if everything you get is fancy, dude, that's another $400. You're almost at
well,
you're over $2,000 in tax.
That's fucking insane.
It's
and that
ridiculous.
sucks for the sport. Everything's so expensive.
Yeah, although I mean, I feel like wheels, it makes sense for it to be that expensive for what you're getting. Plus, it's all it's put together by hand.
Good quality, yeah.
And same thing with suspension, which I'm willing to pay suspension prices.
Yeah, suspension's pretty gnarly too.
To get a set of suspension, like stock suspension, just valved and sprung, dude, it's like, I think it's around the same price, like $1,400, $1,500.
God damn.
And then if you go any type of kit suspension, you're at least in the 3,000 range for cheap.
Yeah, that's insane.
For
I've never had anything like that.
I haven't either. I mean, the most expensive part I've ever had is the FMF pipe on that 250 that I had. I was like looking at it online like for weeks, and
what does that run?
It runs $800.
That's not as bad.
Yeah, but for just a slip-on though.
Oh, just a slip-on? Ooh.
Full system, it was going to be, I want to say $1,100.
Yeah.
And I probably would have paid it because at the time I was getting BAH, which stands for Basic Allowance for Housing, which I was supposed to be using that to rent an apartment or something off base. But I lived in the barracks for free, and I was still banking that money. So I'd like
what?
What's that?
$150, $200
For the housing?
or a bike payment.
Oh, for the bike payment, I think it was like $250.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'd like to get another bike. I haven't had my own bike in a while.
dude, if I were you, I'd recommend saving up to where you could buy cash. It's so nice.
Oh, I bet.
Like,
See, I'm a two-stroke guy, so I might even just buy a used one and clean it up.
I've had that dream for years now.
Might even buy my dad's off of him because he has a 09 YZ250.
My dad had,
I can ride it whenever I want, but
my dad had an 09 YZ250, and he bought it from some dude. He was like Loretta A class or whatever. This thing was built. It's probably the fastest dirt bike I've ever ridden. Faster than my 23 YZ450.
Dude, they're so much fun.
It scared the daylights out of me though.
Yeah, he has I think some Force 3 reeds, Pro Circuit, full exhaust. Got Excel rims and Warp 9 hubs on it.
Oh, that's
I think it's fucking insane. Got the restyle kit. I could buy it off him right now for like $3,000.
Dude, give me his number. I want to buy it for $3,000.
Right?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I could probably sell it for like 4. But that's the thing, that bikes are insane. Like used bikes, everyone wants so much for their shit.
I mean, the market for two strokes. I mean, that's the
Oh
way
yeah,
it
it's
is right
insane.
now.
Yeah.
Like what I want, what I really want to get right now is early '90s to 2000s CR or RM 125 or 250,
That'd be sweet.
and I want to get it in rough shape. I don't want it to run. I want, rust everywhere. I want all the bearings to be just falling apart. I want to
Just
get
a
it for
full rebuild.
Yep, I want to get it for dirt cheap. Powder coat the frame, powder coat everything I can. Get a good race motor in it. Some good, maybe not A-kit suspension,
Polish
but
the motor up.
Yep, some modern suspension.
That'd be sweet. I've always wanted to do something like that too. I was
Someday.
a big fan of like the latest CR250s.
Mm-hmm.
Those look so good.
Yeah, I mean that would be the bike to get, honestly, if you're gonna get a two-stroke.
02 to 07.
I think so.
07, I think, is when they stopped.
Yeah, that seems about right. They were like the first ones to stop, even though the other companies followed suit in like the next 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, I hated Honda just because of that.
I rode a Honda 85, but
I've
always liked Yamahas.
Yeah, I didn't have a Honda until I bought my CRF 110 last year.
Ooh, yeah, 110s are sweet. I had an old KLX.
Did you mod it out?
I just had a pipe on it and some bars.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick though.
Yeah, they're fun, especially the new fuel-injected ones.
Mm-hmm.
An E-Star.
I haven't ridden a new one.
Dude, they're so bougie for what they are.
Dude, people just fucking trash them. They're bulletproof.
Brett or Hurin was telling me, I think it was on his episode of the podcast. He was telling me a story about at Baja Brawl a couple years ago. There were a couple guys that had CRF 110, or maybe one had a CRF 110, the other. All right. Technical difficulties are now done. Yeah, so Hurin, he was at Baja Brawl, and there was one dude with a CRF 110, one with a KLX, and they were trying to see whose could blow up first, which, first of all, I don't know who in their right mind would actually do that. Like, I would not be participating in that.
Same shit happened at High Point when I went, I think it was last year. Some chick with a TTR, just probably 30 minutes straight, dude, just holding it wicked, and then person after person just getting sprayed by beer through the exhaust. It was insane. There's like 100 people around watching it.
Jeez. And yeah, dude, like they were going for like half an hour or something crazy like that. And they're like, all right, well, these aren't blowing up, obviously. Like, we got to do something so that they do blow up. So they drained the oil out of both bikes.
Oh, damn.
And they ran until they ran out of gas. On the limiter.
I don't understand that.
That makes no sense. That shouldn't happen.
Mm-mm. Like I said, these fuckers are bulletproof.
Dude, it's insane. And yeah, every time I feel like I'm abusing my 110, like
you think about that.
Yeah, like I bought it brand new, so of course, like I saw it when, it was just a baby, not a scratch on it. And so every time I race it and I land hard, I'm like, oh, that's horrible. Like, I'm damaging it, and it's not going to live forever. But
get a stiffer spring on that.
Yeah, I've got springs and dampers in the front, spring in the back, cradle, a couple other things that make it adult proof.
You race a little bit too, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever there's a pit bike race in town, I always try to race that, and then A lot of
Do you live
local.
close to a lot of tracks?
I live about 45 minutes from Tampa MX, and then there's a couple other tracks nearby. Like I'm an hour from the farm Dade City. Wink, wink. Uh, I live about 45 minutes away from Dade City Raceway. Um, 45 minutes from uh, Hunter Compound for JV.
You're just in the middle of a bunch of shit, though.
An hour away
That's pretty
from
good.
JS7. Dude, it's sweet.
Yeah, that's dope. You ever drive by there?
I have not. I want to though. I've been around the area in Haines City, but I've never actually seen the gate. But usually when I'm in Haines City, I've got something to do.
I think actually Logan was driving by it the other day. Do you live by Logan?
About 45 minutes, I think.
Oh, that's not too far. You ever met up with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him at Tampa Supercross this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to a Supercross this year.
You don't really have any near you, do you?
Indy's like 6 hours,
Oh, jeez.
and Detroit's like 4.
How far is Redbud?
Like 4.5, 4.
Have you gone there?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Dude, that place is
I go to High
legendary.
Point every year.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty
We used to
close.
go to High Point in Steel City.
What year did you go to Redbud?
I think the last year I went was 13 or 12. I think it was 12.
Dude, I was there in 2012.
Were you?
Yeah, Ryan Dungey won the 450s and Blake Baggett won the 250s on that PC
so
Cowie.
you know how they had that like mechanical bull? You remember that?
No.
It was like over by the camping section when they were
Oh.
doing like the pit bike races.
Oh, we only went for the day.
Oh, but dude, this fucking mechanical bull with like a blow up, tent around it. Some dude fucking got flung off, and the hook that was holding the like surrounding area up got stuck in this dude's back, and it was
Whoa.
fucking gnarly.
Like it stabbed him?
Oh, it was stuck in his back.
Oh, jeez.
Big ass hook. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
that's
gnarly.
gnarly.
People are crazy there.
Mm-hmm.
4th of July weekend.
Yeah, I've seen videos of the parties out there. It's wild.
Do you remember how hot it was that weekend?
Yes. Yeah,
It was like 105.
and that was the year after Josh Lichtel died
Yep, I
from
remember that.
heat stroke.
Yep,
That was sad.
that's crazy.
Dude, I think geez, who else was out there? There was someone else that ended up being out there with us. I think it was Brett.
Hearn?
Maybe? Yeah.
Hearn makes some great tracks too.
Yeah, dude. He's legendary.
He's up there with JV.
Yeah, I would say Hearn and JV are the best too.
I agree.
And like I feel obligated
Especially
to,
with like work rate too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, so in my opinion, I think JV makes the better looking tracks, but I think Hearn's are more fun to ride.
Yeah.
They-
JV hasn't really made any like fantasy tracks. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Has he made one?
Oh, Madagascar. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, and he knocked that out of the park.
That was fucking sweet.
I still envy the way that he made the jungle actually look thick.
Oh, the jungle. Yeah. That's just there's levels to that shit.
I don't understand it. I tried studying
Me
what
neither.
he did. Everything from the textures, the 3D grass, the object bushes. Like I just
Yeah,
want
it's
to
insane.
replicate a thick forest. But
It's so optimized too.
yeah.
Have you ever
yeah.
used an Atlas texture?
No.
Me neither. I'll probably do it on my next track.
I'm a super potato brain when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I just got to see someone do it, and then I can do it usually.
Yeah, I'm
I
kind of the
just
same
usually
way.
learn shit by watching YouTube.
Pretty much the way that I do texturing on my objects. I mean, it's super archaic. Like I'll take one mesh cube and I'll shape it the way I want, and then I'll throw like a texture on that, whether it's wood or metal or something like that. And then I'll take another mesh cube, do the same thing until I get myself an object that I was going for.
Okay,
It
that's
is
a way to do it.
Yeah.
I know there's add-ons that literally, so you make an object, it'll unwrap it for you like pretty well.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. That's one thing I do like about Blender is they're very friendly with outside help, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot
I've never
of
really got
plugins.
into using like the nodes.
Oh yeah, same. I have no idea what nodes do.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
But I also know there's a lot of stuff you could do in Blender that MX Bikes just doesn't allow.
Yeah, like you can't put your norms, export your norms from Blender or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know if it would work in bikes, so I'm just not even gonna try.
There's so much unknown about bikes.
There's a lot that people just figure out.
I know, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's always innovating, and it's usually JV and Hurin.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we've gone for about an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn,
it goes
dude, it
quick.
didn't feel that long. Yeah.
It feels like it's been like 20 minutes.
I know. Damn. I figured it was like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah. I think we were at like 110 or 115 before I went and hit the space bar on accident.
Pause button. Yeah.
But
Shit happens.
yeah, it be what it do, and it do what it will.
It does what it does.
But yeah, dude, I appreciate you coming on. This is fun.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, we got to do this again
Hell yeah.
when I'm not exhausted, tired from like 12 hours of work.
Maybe even bust it off with a live show.
Ooh.
Maybe add someone else.
We got to talk around and see who'd be down for something like that.
Yeah.
Because I know some people would. I know a couple people that would not be down for it.
Typically, I don't usually like public speaking or anything like that. I mean, I always do pretty decent with it, but it's just, the anxiety of the anticipation.
I'm the same way.
Yep.
And like when
but it's like once you're there, it just flows.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, it was the worst going into Jesse's episode, the very first episode I did. Because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know like how well my flow was gonna be. I didn't know if it was gonna be us just like if it was gonna turn into like an interrogation to where I'm like,
yeah, that's the thing. It shouldn't be like an interview, like for a job or something.
Yeah, it should be
just
a two-way
conversation, some open-ended questions.
Like it. One of the Gypsy Tales that I was listening to, he was talking about how someone, or I guess a bunch of people kind of comment really how like Jace, we don't care about your life. Like you brought this person in to the podcast, like that's who we're trying to hear about. And
yeah,
and whoever it was that he had on the podcast at the time that he was talking about that with, it was like, dude, I'm in your comment section all the time, and like I see the people that are like that have grown to know you, and they come for your story just as much as they come for the guest story.
Oh yeah, like you gotta set a standard for yourself too,
Yeah, like if I just brought you on here, I'm like, so what did you do for this track? And what did you think about when you released this one and you wanted to make the next? Like, no one wants to hear about that.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of just like taking it as it flows,
Yeah. Yeah, and I always
know
tell
what the next
people,
conversation will be.
like, if we end up having an hour-long conversation about cats, I love that. That would be sick. I'd be totally down.
That's funny.
Like, let the MX Bikes community know that so and so their life revolves around cats.
The cat man. Dylan's the cat man.
Yeah, I'm the cat man. I got my boys Timmy and Oscar.
There's some funny names.
Dude, that's the
Cat
way
names
cat
always
names
have
are.
the funniest fucking shit. Like
Yo.
Frank. I think Frank would be a funny one.
Dude, that would be perfect. That goes along with Timmy.
Frank, Timmy, and Oscar.
Cause yeah, we've got
It's like the Great Value Three Stooges.
Exactly. Yeah, we've got 2 dogs and 2 cats. We've got Havoc and Nova are our 2 dogs. You know, cool names. Totally sick. And then we've got cats, Oscar and Timmy. They sound like they go to sell insurance for 8 hours a day.
Oscar and Timmy Consulting. It's funny.
They're dumb. But I
don't really have any pets.
Dude, you gotta get some.
I like to get a cat.
Where do you live in? Like an apartment, house?
I live in a house with 2 of my friends.
Oh, perfect. Perfect for cats.
Yeah, it's it'll be alright. We know the landlord too, so
Oh, for
he'd be
sure.
cool with it.
Yeah, dude, just go start digging through dumpsters till you find a cat.
Right?
Once you find one, he's yours.
You ever see videos of people who like dumpster dive and shit?
Attention all businesses. If there's a cat in your dumpster, let me know. I'll go pick him up.
Dumpster cat service.
And then you can name him
Dylan's
something like
dumpster
Bob.
service.
Yeah. Yeah, you can name him like Bob or Bill or Frank or something.
That's funny.
Or Trapezoid.
Trapezoid.
This is my homie Trapezoid, and this is my other homie Aux Cable.
This conversation really took a turn.
Yep.
Opposite side of the spectrum.
Oh, it's a spectrum, alright. That's for sure.
Never know what's next. It's
Dude,
a good thing.
That's what happens when you put a couple of MX bikes track builders in a room. Just start talking about stupid cat names in the spectrum.
From jumps to cats.
That's right.
Real quick.
Where's Cody James when you need him?
Oh, I know he's a big cat guy, right?
Oh yeah, his
I always see him
profile
posting
picture's a
pictures.
cat.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him
It's always
on
funny
the
to
show.
dog pound. Everyone always posts cats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when we get off, I'm gonna throw some cat pictures in there.
You're gonna throw what up?
Yeah, I got some dumb ones of Timmy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats are hilarious.
Oh, I love them. They're sweet.
Oh, did you see fucking MX Nations team?
I think I did.
Plessinger, Hampshire, and Craig.
Yeah, that's sweet. I'm surprised Coop's not on it.
J Coop or Webb.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Definitely not our best team we could have sent, but
No. I mean, I'm stoked for all of them. I'm especially stoked for AP. I think
Hampshire has the best chance, I think.
Oh yeah.
'Cause sometimes, dude, he's just insane.
I'm also surprised Chase isn't going. That's strange.
Well, right after Super Motocross, he's probably wants to get as much time on the KTM as he wants.
Oh
needs
yeah,
to.
that's true.
He's probably going right to that. No off season.
Dude, I still can't believe the performance that Jet put in. Like, first time racing a 450 was at the Nations.
Oh, Nations, yeah, smoked Tomac and fucking Sexton.
Dude, it's wild. That kid. On
Insane.
outdoors.
He rode good on SMX round 1 too. First moto, I think he just had like a bad setup.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was getting passed by everyone.
I think if his suspension was different, he'd have been fine.
Oh yeah, like he did. He's starting to catch Sexton.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Moto
once
2.
we're actually in the Supercross season, it'll be different.
Oh yeah,
I think he'll pull some strings and he'll be able to make it happen.
that's gonna be insane.
But I also think Sexton, when he's in his element, whether Jet's as fast as him or not, I think Chase has just got the confidence. Like if you've got the confidence that you're gonna win, you'll basically think it into existence.
Exactly. Law of attraction.
It's gonna be sick seeing both of them.
You got Tomac.
Yep.
I think he's gonna be back to where he was, or at least close.
Yeah, it'll be hard to beat Chase and Jet.
Yep. Especially the pace they run. Sexton, if he can limit mistakes and it's done, I don't think anyone has a chance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's
There's
awesome
a lot
in
for Jet to
Supercross.
learn in Supercross. A lot more bar banging.
But I mean, look at how flawless he was in Supercross on the 250.
I know.
And he started to where he couldn't finish a moto.
I know. He's just insane.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
excited to
bright
see the
future.
career he has.
There's a couple MXGP kids that are young and really good.
Yeah, I really don't watch any MXGP. I know I should,
There's like
at least
two
highlights.
twins that race MX2.
Yo,
Tunin brothers.
We've seen this before.
Yeah. And one kid's they're both 16. One's on Factory KTM, one's on Factory Husky.
Ooh.
And the Husky kid, he'll end up he's won a couple overalls I think this year.
That's crazy.
But he kind of crashes quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, as 16-year-olds generally do.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, they're not that strong.
Mm-hmm. Super anxious.
Yeah. They've got all the angst in the world. Yeah, I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
It
appreciate
was a good conversation though.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. And
No
yeah,
problem, man.
like I said, we'll have to figure out a group project at some point and have that all set up. Yeah,
Works for me.
maybe we'll make that happen.
First live show ever.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. All right.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well,
Good talking.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's an episode.